Tessa! Tessa, are you there? That guy you brought over to the house today. What was his name again? Max? Is it true he's a top executive at a Fortune 500 company?
Where did that come from all of a sudden? Besides, why are you asking me all this over text when we live in the same house? You're welcome to come and talk to me whenever you like, sis.
I would, but I'm taking a nice relaxing soak in the tub right now.
Anyway, why are you asking me about what Max does for a living in the first place? I hate to be rude, but that's none of your business.
Dear, what are you even saying? Of course it's my business. This is my future brother-in-law we're talking about here. We'll be family soon. Not only that, but with both his parents being gone and him not being in touch with the rest of his family anymore, he'll be marrying into our family and taking our name, right? I'm pretty sure I remember you saying that, which is why I have to go to every effort to make sure we get along like a house on fire.
Why would you put a heart on the end of a message talking about how well you're gonna get along with my boyfriend? That's kinda weird.
Oh, don't be so paranoid, Tessa. I was just being playful. I didn't mean anything by it.
Let me make this clear. I know you've had unquenchable desire to get your claws into anything and everything that was mine ever since we were kids. But I promise you, you will not be taking Max from me.
Huh?
Don't play dumb, Vivian. You know full well you stole my boyfriend back in high school. The thing you should know about Max is, he hates people like you, who only see the world through the lens of money and personal gain. No matter how desperately you contrive, scheme, and struggle, it's hopeless. So you better give up now before you embarrass yourself.
Oh, aren't you such a charmer? I feel blessed that my little sister has such a high opinion of me. You really don't know what the hell you're talking about, do you, little girl? You ride around on your high horse pretending you're Little Miss Perfect while looking down on others. But money makes the world go round, always has and always will. And that's the damn truth whether you like it or not. It's simple. When there's a big, juicy pot of gold sat right before your eyes, you take it. That's just the way of the world, sweetie.
I see you haven't learned anything from last time. It's precisely because you think like that. And you got hit with that massive compensation claim for stealing another woman's husband.
Really? You're gonna drag that up? That whole thing's practically ancient history now. What was that, 7 years ago? I paid my compensation like a good girl, so what's the problem? Anyway, what's done is done. No use crying over spilled milk, sweetie.
Really? Spilled milk? I can't believe your attitude. Anyone would think you got fined for tossing a chocolate wrapper on the pavement. Did you completely forget about how Dad was forced to retire from his job early so he could use his entire pension fund to pay off the compensation for you? Not only that, but you didn't even show an ounce of remorse. Mom clearly didn't mind a bit how reprehensively you'd behave because she covered for you from start to finish. The most astonishing thing was that she actually had the nerve to blame Dad for losing a chunk of his pension by retiring early to get you out of the mess you made and ended up divorcing him. The only reason we didn't end up homeless is because I dropped out of college to work 3 jobs to keep the rent paid and food on the table. Which part of that is spilled milk? You're awful.
Are you done now? Finished? Satisfied? Phew, I thought you'd never stop talking. You know what, sis? I'm like so crazy bored of talking to you right now that my head hurts. I think I'm just gonna leave it there.
You're the one who messaged me.
Cool, whatever. I'm gonna get out of the tub soon and head to bed. I don't need your incessant nagging interrupting my beauty sleep.
Ugh, why must you be like this?
Hey, Tessa! What the hell do you think you're playing at? Explain!
What are you talking about? Would you mind not sending me random aggressive messages like this? I'm at work right now.
I heard you and Max got engaged last night, and you've already sent in the marriage registration papers? Is that true?
Yes, it's true. We're getting married. What's it to you?
How could you?
Huh? Are you asking me how I could get engaged to my boyfriend? Is that a crime?
Don't play dumb. It's me Max has feelings for, not you.
Say what now?
There's no way he would be signing the marriage registration papers willingly. You forged his signature and handed them in yourself, didn't you? Admit it.
No. We love each other, and we signed them together. Besides, I'd probably get arrested if I did that.
Ooh, now that's music to my ears. You sat alone in your jail cell, alone and miserable, crying yourself to sleep at night. Just the thought alone gets me excited. Me and Max could finally be open about our love for each other, and you wouldn't be there to stand in our way anymore. Candlelit dinners, fancy restaurants, days out on the beach. I gotta call the cops right now.
I'm pretty sure I told you I didn't forge the papers. Are you done fantasizing now? You're creeping me out.
Liar.
Listen, Vivian.
What?
Do you have any conception of how delusional you are? Is there even a shred of self-awareness in there?
Huh?
Me and Max are going to be living together starting tomorrow. I'd appreciate it if you accepted he's not interested in you and refrain from doing anything embarrassing for all of our sakes.
What did you say? You two are moving in together tomorrow.
That's right. I thought I told you this before. I told you we were thinking about tying the knot, and that if we did, he'd move in with us here.
Oh yeah, I do remember you saying that. I get it now. Whatever am I going to do with that oaf? He can be so distant sometimes. But I guess communication never was his strong point, huh? He's going about this in a really roundabout way, but I understand now. I wonder if it's just because he's shy? It's actually kind of cute.
What are you talking about? What do you understand?
Oopsie. Nothing. Don't mind me, just thinking out loud.
Okay.
In that case, I've got some cleaning to do. Time to turn my bedroom into the ultimate love nest. Can you imagine how embarrassing it'd be if my room was full of garbage when I invited him in?
You don't have to worry about that, because there's absolutely zero chances of him ever going in your room under any circumstances.
You might feel confident now, but you won't be saying that for long. I promise, sweetie.
Hey, Max. Are you ready for today's move?
Sup, babe? Yep, all my stuff's loaded in the van and I'm ready to go.
It's not much, but I partitioned a section of my room off as a mini office for you to do your work in. I'm sorry it's a little cramped, but I hope you like it.
Thanks so much, babe. You're the best. Don't worry about that. As long as my desk and chair fit, I'm happy.
But Max, are you sure about this? Are you sure you want to live under the same roof as my mom and sister? Didn't you yourself say you're getting sick and tired of my sister's relentless texting? She hasn't left you alone for the last 6 months. It's bordering on harassment now.
Maybe it's not the ideal situation, but we already talked about this, babe. It's just a stepping stone, right? We'll have our own place someday, and your mom and sister's shenanigans will be a thing of the past.
Yeah, I guess.
Besides, being bombarded with creepy texts for 6 months pales in comparison to the 20 years you've had to endure with them. I totally get that you're going to feel anxious about me moving in with you, all when you know more than anyone what a nightmare they can be. You just have to believe in me.
Of course I believe in you. It's just... walking into the lion's den means you're basically guaranteed to have to put up with far worse than anything you've had to endure so far. And the thought really worries me.
It's fine, don't sweat it. You don't have to worry, I'm totally chill about it. Nothing can surprise me if I already expect it, right? I know what I'm getting myself into here. But if living under the same roof as the Terrible Two is what it takes for us to finally get to live together, then so be it. Anyway, fretting is officially banned from here on out. Leave the rest to me, okay?
Okay, I understand. Thank you. I'll always be by your side. Don't forget that. If there's ever anything you need me to help you with, just say the word.
Tessa, are you there? This is urgent. Answer me. Is Max unemployed?
Huh?
I just stopped by your room to say hi to him.
Vivian? Who the hell do you think you are? I told you never to go into my room without permission!
Get a grip! I don't take orders from you. Anyway, back to the point. I haven't seen him leave for work once. I just chalked it down to him probably being on vacation or something for the first week. But it's been an entire month now, and all he does is sit up there in that room. I do think he might be one of those remote workers everyone's been talking about lately, so I went up to your room to check. You'll never believe what I saw when I did. He was watching some kind of cartoon or game or something. You know, the ones that kids are always talking about these days. What do they call it again? Anime?
Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it, I don't think I told you Max quit his job.
He did what? Why would he throw away a top position at a major company? Has he lost his mind?
He quit a month ago.
Wait a sec. That's when he moved in with us.
Bingo.
So right from the beginning, this was all just a ploy for him to leech off us so he could sit on his backside eating potato chips and watching anime?
Huh?
He's a neat shut-in! You tricked us! We've been had.
But aren't you a neat shut-in yourself?
Don't you worry about me. We're talking about your parasitic partner here. What I do is not your concern. The only reason we agreed to him moving in with us in the first place was because of his humongous salary. What use is he to us now? Eventually, my aim was to snatch him from you. He'd divorce you, we'd get married, and we'd live happily ever after, with me never having to work another day in my life.
Wow, you're still fantasizing over this crap? You need professional help.
Ugh. Don't be ridiculous. Anyone would be thinking the same thing in my situation. Besides, I'm the special kind of prize that's only available to guys with fat wallets. To think he was actually dumb enough to voluntarily throw away a job most guys would kill for and ruin his chances with a beauty like me in the process? This makes no sense! I know he's crazy about me, so what would possess him to choose a life of eternal misery with you by intentionally relegating himself to the bottom of the social hierarchy? Is he crazy? He must have actually lost his mind. It's the only logical explanation for this.
You're so delusional, it's scary.
Huh?
Sorry, I was just thinking out loud.
I have to discuss this with Mom immediately. There's no sense in marrying a man who's not capable of providing for me.
I'm both confused and astonished by the fact you seem to think Max would ever have any interest in providing for you at all.
In any case, there's no point in marrying him anymore. He's nothing but a tragic, poverty-stricken shadow of his former self. I'd say he deserves pity, but he only has his former self to blame. You can have him back. I tell you what, I'll gift wrap him with a nice ribbon for you.
He was never yours in the first place.
You keep telling yourself that, you jealous little girl. I'm gonna speak to Mom now. You'll be hearing from us this evening after we deliberate on how to deal with you both. I'd prepare for the worst if I were you.
Max, how did it go? Are you alright?
Hey, Tessa, you mean with your sister?
Yeah, she just messaged me. She's absolutely furious. Like, totally losing it.
What did she say?
To summarize, she thinks you came here to leech off of her and Mom. She also changed her mind about trying to steal you and says you no longer have any value to her.
I thought she might say something like that. I could almost see the blood rushing to her head when she walked into my room. She went as red as a tomato and practically had steam coming out of her ears. She yelled, "You good-for-nothing penniless parasite," before storming out and slamming the door in a rage.
Max, are you enjoying this?
Whoops. Is it that obvious?
Good grief. What am I going to do with you?
Sorry, babe. Couldn't help myself because that's literally exactly how I expected her to react. She's so predictable. Anyway, her and your mom just went out together in a huff. I'm guessing they need some fresh air to cool their heads. It's time to advance to the final stage of our plan.
Okay. So all I have to do is go to the other house, right?
Yep, you got it. I'm just about done having our belongings taken over. You have a few bits and pieces left around the house, but I'll bring them with me in the car when I leave. So don't worry about that. Me and you are done here.
Thanks so much, Max. Not long now.
Drive safe.
You too, honey.
Tessykins! After much deliberation, me and Mom have decided on how to deal with you both. First of all, Max. It's such a shame how things went with him. We had such high hopes. We're severely disappointed in his behavior. We very kindly allowed him into our home on account of his humongous salary. For him to resign from his company, throwing away both a stable, high-paying career and destroying his hopes of marrying me in the process, was both irresponsible and stupid. Accordingly, he now owes me compensation. Firstly, I want everything he put into his pension pot over the years at the company. Secondly, all his savings. Basically, I want everything he's got. Put it simply, he's to leave behind every last cent he owns before getting the hell out of the house and never coming back. As for you, you're to continue providing for me and Mom as you've been doing until now. You will also divorce Loser Boy immediately.
Thought my phone would never stop buzzing. Why did I have a feeling it might be you?
Anyway, where are you? Did you get out? Are you working overtime?
Nope, wrong.
Then you get your ass back to this house and get rid of this sweaty, Cheeto dust-covered neckbeard this instant.
If you're talking about Max, he already moved out.
Huh? He did? I guess I can't blame him. It must have been pretty painful to find out he ruined his chances with me.
Amazing, you still believe that nonsense. I have a question for you, Vivian. So according to your logic, when someone resigns from the job, they become a penniless parasite meat loser, and thus, the only thing for it is to cut all ties with them, right?
That's right. I'm so relieved he accepted his uselessness and left without a struggle.
I see. It looks like we've got no choice but to cut all ties with you then.
Huh?
You see, I just handed in my own resignation, and I'm currently using the last of my paid leave before I say my final goodbyes at the company.
What? You did what?
Alright, I think we're just about done here. I finally get to cut you out of my life forever! Woohoo!
What? Tessa, what are you talking about? No. Just hold on a minute.
If it's money you're worried about, I left behind some money for you in my room. It's not everything we have. Obviously, we'll need the rest for our new life together. But hopefully it's enough to at least help you get by.
You did how much?
About 750,000.
750,000?
That enough for you?
Yeah, I guess it is. Okay, fine. In this case, you can go. You have mine and Mom's permission.
Thanks, sis. Have a nice life.
Missed call. Tessa, what's the meaning of this? What did you do? What are you thinking?
That's weird. I was sure I said I was cutting you out on my life. Do you struggle to comprehend basic English? It's barely been 5 minutes.
Stop it. Be serious. This isn't a laughing matter.
What's wrong?
The 750,000 you left behind. It was toy money. When I opened the briefcase, it was all pretend $100 bills from some kid's board game.
Oh, that? Max bought those fake bills in the briefcase as a joke for last year's New Year's party at work. Now they're all yours. You can keep the briefcase too. Maybe it'll come in handy when you're homeless.
What?
Sorry, sweetie. That's all the money we could afford to leave you. Space was getting tight for us and we had no idea where to put it. So we're actually really grateful for you taking it off of our hands. Thanks for helping us declutter.
Oh my god, this can't... Why are you doing this?
Huh, interesting. I was sure you gave us the all clear to leave after I told you how much money you were getting. Did you forget?
I only said that because I thought the money was real.
Anyway, my dearly beloved sister, I have to remind you that we already cut ties, which makes you a stranger to me now, and I don't message strangers. I mean it this time. And just to be sure, I'm blocking you. Take care.
Missed call. No!
that. Both me and my husband blocked by ex-mom and sister, who seemed to be in desperate state of panic. I wonder why they were so upset. Next, we moved into our new house together. We intentionally chose somewhere very far away, so no matter how desperately they look for us, there's no chance we'll ever meet again. By the way, I know you're probably wondering why my husband quit his job. You see, the money he was making from his side job finally surpassed what he brought home from the company. And things were going so smoothly that he decided to go full-time freelancing. I decided to quit my job at the same time to dedicate as much time as possible to helping with the expansion of his business. Now, we're not just husband and wife, but business partners. My jaw almost hit the floor when he agreed to move in with my mom and sister. It turns out there was a reason all along. He told me that when we finally did walk out of their lives for good, he wanted to slam the door in their faces so hard that their world would shake and they'd be left in speechless stupefaction. I think it worked, don't you? My despairing mother, due to having lost her only source of income with me no longer providing for her, turned to black market lenders as a last-ditch effort to stay afloat. Naturally, with no ways of paying back the loans, the interest piled up, and now the pair of them are up to their ears in debt. Last I heard, they're spending their days being terrorized by a gang of scary, bald-headed, leather jacket-clad debt collectors who don't take no for an answer.